Today is Tuesday, June the 7th, 2022. It is now 6 p.m. and I call this San Juan Economic Development Corporation meeting to order. Our first item on the agenda is our Pledge of Allegiance. If all will rise, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Start with my far right. Ladies first.
Nikki Barra, board member.
Pedro Contreras.
Marco Villegas.
Arturo Guajardo Jr.
Felipe Sanchez.
Juan Cabrera, council.
Martha Patterson.
Martha. Thank you, sir. And we've got our next item is public comments. Do we have anybody signed up for public comments, Ms. Martha?
No, we don't.
Okay, then we'll move on to item number 5, which is our director's report. Mr. Arjona.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chamber. I'm sorry.
We'll never bring call.
Chairman. Couple of things. I know that the first item, it's June the 4th. They had the grand opening. It was just unfortunate that they told us like the day before. So we can do pretty much anything, but we spoke to them and we're looking into doing a ribbon cutting for them.
Okay.
But it was a good event. I couldn't attend. But there was quite a bit of people at that place. Apparently the pizza is real good pizza. Another visit to the city of San Juan. We just, like I said, unfortunately from one day to the other,
Maybe they didn't know the process, or you know, as far as us getting the ribbon cutting and stuff. Because I got invited to, you know, the Facebook. I'm sure they did to most.
Yeah, they did.
Personally, but as far as us, so we can do something for them and
so
stuff.
we did reach out to them as far as the ribbon cutting. So hopefully maybe the week after, next week.
That's pretty awesome. Got another business here without even trying.
Yeah.
Right? Completely on its own.
I heard it's real nice.
According to what I hear, is good pizza.
I've heard good things. They're all over the state, so they're good stuff. Good.
Yeah, I've tried it.
I haven't tried it.
Yes, it is.
Without trying.
Without trying, I like those.
Then when we have a Valencia ribbon cutting grand opening, it was supposed to be this coming week, but apparently the guy, he's going to be out of town. So we put anything on it. He's going to go out of town. He's going to be in Mexico because, as you know, he's looking into building that new hotel. So they're going to go and perfect their cuisine type of culinary arts. The lady, they're going to go to some sort of a school in Mexico and they asked them this is going to be for what kind of food, Chinese, French, whatever. The guy said, no, it's going to be Mexican food, but authentic Mexican food. So they're going to go over, spend about maybe 3 months. But however, they want to do it maybe hopefully before the end of June, the first week in July. So the grand opening for the whole plaza and also the ribbon cutting. Apparently all the slots that he's got available, the little suites are all taken. So he's got a Tio Jerry, he's got another event center, some others that are there.
Nice.
They're all full.
Have we completed that sale yet?
No, this is for the plaza. Nolana.
Oh, the one off Nolana. Oh, same owner, but he's
No, on the west
owner
side,
of
right?
Nolana.
To the west.
Next to his wings place over
It's
there.
right next to these.
I got you. Yeah, it is already filled up.
They're almost ready to open up all the suites.
Okay.
Waiting for 1 or 2 more.
Now he's doing authentic Mexican food there?
No, at the hotel.
Okay, so that's why I got crossed up there.
He's going to be, that's why I'm saying that he was going to do the ribbon cutting, but he's going to be out of town. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, the first part in July, we'll do the ribbon cutting grand opening for the whole plaza.
Okay.
Also, we went ahead and visited the EDA office up in Austin. Actually, we met in New Braunfels. They're still working on it. And we brought up the topic about the lift station for the hotel, Home 2 Suites. It looks very promising. We took the whole scenario, the whole renderings. The guy was very pleased about that. It's what they're looking for, the economic impact that is going to bring to the city of San Juan. The application will be open up on August the 1st. So come August the 1st, we're going to be submitting the application for.
So you can't even apply today?
Not at this point.
Oh, fantastic.
Right.
So you got ahead of the game.
Right.
Good.
We'll be ready to go.
We'll be ready to go. As a matter of fact, I spoke to Ms. Talo, I don't know if she's a realtor, but this is a lady between Patel and us. And we're supposed to get in touch with the engineer so that they can give us the calculations for the sewer flow, so that we can put it on the application as well. Because we don't know if whatever we have is going to be enough or do we need to upgrade? But at the same time, we're getting ready to upgrade the lift station, because that's our
First,
process.
we need an upgrade.
Might as well upgrade, bro.
So if it's gonna be meeting the demand for gas as a hotel, we'll leave it as is. But if not, then we will need to venture into upgrading the lift station. And according to David's calculation, when he was here, he thought that more than likely it had to be upgraded. Bigger pipe, bigger lift station, more capacity. So
Sooner
those are
or
the
later,
numbers.
you're gonna have to upgrade if you don't do
That's,
it now.
that's what so the guys good to go. I mean, from the EDA, he was very open to it. But he did say come August the 1st for us to submit the application.
That's
when
be
we
ready
start.
August 1st to submit.
We have to be ready by then. And that's what I told Mr. Hollis, whatever it takes, August the 1st, we're submitting that application.
Awesome, great.
So who was it that, who did you talk to at the EDA?
That's Jorge Ayala. He's the director for
He's
EDA.
the director.
Just,
We wanted to talk to Rob Roche, but he's in Austin. Jorge Ayala is over at New Braunfels, so we met in New Braunfels.
Who and who went?
Mr. Hollis and I,
Just you two.
that's correct.
For the record, Mr. Flores.
For the record, R.C. Flores has joined us for the meeting. Welcome, Mr. Flores.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Juan?
The other thing that I have is an executive session.
Okay.
Good news, good stuff coming into San Juan, so we'll discuss an executive session.
Very good. With that said, any other questions for Mr. Juan from the board? Okay, now we'll move on to item number 6, discussion and possible action on 6.1, which is a promotional on the PSJ Educational Foundation Gala to be held September 29, 2022, to be held at the Bert Ogden Arena. I think we've got something attached to our agenda.
Yes.
What did we do last? Oh, it's Martha.
I have it here.
Do you have the prices?
So we went.
Did they-
Last year.
1,000?
They upped them? Is that what you said?
We had that table, remember how many people were there?
Yeah, last year we
You
had
and I
1,000.
I don't remember seeing a
Coach,
15, you're right, it used to be 10 was the max.
But I'm trying to see like how many people.
That's what I'm looking at.
Last year we did 1,000.
Last year, how much?
1,000.
Okay, so that was.
I don't know if they upped it this year.
Como el gas, dice Lenny.
That is true.
Yeah, because it says one table.
No, I have 1,000. I have 500, yeah, I have 2,000.
We had 1,000. That's sneaky.
What happened in between?
No, because there was more than 10 of us.
I mean, there was at least, because remember Rob Gladstone was there too?
Nichols.
Yeah, I think about 10 or 12.
You were there, you all were there.
I was
too.
there, but on another
I
table.
don't know, too, with your dad, right? So,
Whatever you guys.
I know we're gonna be there as part of the community,
You want
so.
help, right? So what do you want to do?
So we go with the bronze, or what's the?
That's all we can afford.
Meeting, huh?
We still have, what, 6 months into the year?
We got an additional.
When is our new
Quite
budget
some months, right?
kick in? It just
October
kicked in?
No,
October 1?
October 1st.
So we're still moving money to,
We're already at.
we're at 0? Or you already moved the
Money,
money?
some money's already.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So what are we there, what are we at now then? With
We're
the
at
movement?
75.
There's no-
7,500?
Well, then, and you know what, Lenny?
Madam Manager.
Do you know if, So-
7250.
7250.
did they give to the city as well? Because also, I mean, if you're thinking about amount of board members and stuff, that was.
Right, they get to the city usually doesn't participate on this, it's not a promotional for the city, but we can.
Did we last year?
We don't have a line item on that for.
No, we didn't do it last year, if I recall.
Okay.
That was EDC only.
Right, so then we'll go with the two.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's a month of September 29th. Usually it starts at 6, but of course
Oh,
things
they-
change.
It's August 27th.
Oh, no, that's sponsorship deadline.
Yeah,
There's no date on it?
there's a date, September 29th, but there's not like
Oh,
a time.
September 29th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, it's on Thursday. I work Friday, see.
Nothing in.
What time does it usually start? About 7?
Usually
right?
starts about 7.
6:30, 6 o'clock, I was
I know the last time was cosmetics was there, I don't.
No, it was-
I don't think our sponsorship has anything to do with that, no?
No,
we don't.
Was it Beatles number? All right, I mean, so, I mean, I'd like to make a motion to approve the two
2,000?
Well, because, you know, there's.
We've got a motion for $2,000 sponsorship level for this PSJ Education Foundation event. Do I have a second?
Second.
We got a second by Mr. Sanchez. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is 6.2, discussion and possible action, if any, on approving downtown revitalization plan, which is Project Genesis. First payment in the amount of $50,000. Do we have Mr.? We don't have him,
No, we
right?
don't have Mr. Bryan.
Then he said something, right? I mean, or the back of the contract, or
No, he
Or the
submitted the invoice.
invoice?
I had some questions, man, what that included. Do you know, Ben?
What it
the
says
first
there
phase
is the discovery, the first phase.
Of
And-
Genesis.
Genesis, right. And then apparently the analysis and update of the 2009-2010 downtown revitalization plan, which what they've done up to now.
On the plan that we gave them to work on.
Right.
And then the last one, it will be the last 25,000.
Is this to be split between us and the city?
No,
No, we
Remember we
actually
had discussed that?
initiated that, but I don't think we've actually
no.
engaged that on our side, right?
So this is all for the EDC?
What is?
Because I remember the discussion said, hey, it would be half and half. Remember when they were presenting to us? That at Amigos del Valle?
That was for
No.
the plan?
For Project Genesis.
Was that-
And that's the way it's
overall-
listed here.
Do we have any minutes on this?
I don't know. I'm just going by my recollection.
I just know, I remember discussion being that the first payment was coming up.
I know that I'm sorry, the split half and half was the survey. We're gonna do the survey half and half, 7,000 and 7,000.
Have we approved that yet?
Yeah, the last meeting we.
That's already been
For the
done?
survey.
They're working on that already.
It was
So
to
this is
go
all
ahead, right?
for
That
us.
was we did a motion to go ahead, I
And it
remember that.
was at the city, go ahead and make you pay 7,000 and half of that.
And we're fiscally ready for this, right, as far as the payment, right? I mean, everything's ready to go as far as the invoice. I mean, it was expected, money's moved, we're ready to go.
And that's a matter of fact, I think Mr. Bryan did bring it up at the last meeting during the workshop. This is forthcoming.
I knew something was coming up, the first payment, I remember, but,
He said, yeah.
and I think the half was about
What's for the survey?
the survey that I'm sticking
It
out.
was a survey and
Because I remember that was the kind of the motion that we did to move forward with the, yeah, I remember now.
Mr. President, I'd like to again recommend that with any kind of invoice, we should have minutes.
Yeah,
back
we're
of
cool.
That discussion. Can this wait or does it have to go on, move on?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Mr. Bryan did say that he wanted this to be approved at the last meeting because he wanted to pay the consultant that he's working with.
I just want to be clear that we know what we're paying for. That's
Right.
my thing. So you said it's for their work that they've done on.
I don't want to
upgrading the
hold them
plan.
back by any,
Tampoco,
but
me
at
neither.
all, but I mean, but it's, you know, I agree with Mr. Contreras, what he's saying. Can we get that ASAP? I mean,
I think, I agree with Mr. Contreras also, I think we're gonna start paying like that, and like we have to have such a backup as far as the minutes, like that we can actually always reflect, so we won't have to, and
We're all
again,
for it, yeah.
he said it before, like that wouldn't have to be trying to make memory, and I agree with that.
I use myself as an example because I came in when this project had already been initiated. So, like on a line item like this, like just to cover me, I would like to see like, hey man, like where did we get to this? And I'm not doubting anybody, but I mean, this is the first, like I would consider the first large quantity that I'm gonna be voting on, and I'm like, man, I don't have any type of literature or anything to look at on this, so.
I know the overall sentiment, I agree, was for it, so we're caught in a, you know, predicament here, not wanting to get the correct minutes and stuff, but I do know that the sentiment, I know it was discussed and everybody was on board about it.
Right.
When everybody, because I remember Brian kept continuously saying and stating, we're all good with this, do y'all understand and stuff like that, and we harmoniously all were in agreement. So how, I mean, how do we?
If we were to
No,
obtain the
that's
minutes,
why-
then we have to wait.
Wrong now.
Well, yeah, we're on it now, right? But I mean, where can we get that? I mean, I'm sure it's something that we already discussed in, you know, but for the sake of that, and Mr. Contreras said, can we get that ASAP?
So to answer my question that I had, what are we paying for? I'm looking at their invoice and it says phase 1 discovery, which is for $25,000. So it's like they already did that. Phase 2 analysis and update of the 2009 to the 2010 downtown revitalization plan is another 25K. So there's the 50. Phase 3 is going to be another 25K, which is going to be the presentation of an updated plan. So the 75K in the end is all going to be for planning, it looks like. It's not going to be for any brick and mortar, any dirt movements, any pavers, anything.
Which was expected, right? Correct.
So that's what we're looking at. That's what I wanted to.
So we're invoicing on phase 1 and 2 only, right?
That's correct.
So eventually we're gonna see an invoice for phase 3.
You know, and you know that makes sense after this project, Genesis, the invoice, and we go like that, invoice by invoice per project. Or should I say name calling project, right? Genesis being the first one.
Mr. President, that's exactly why I have requested minutes before, because you recall something, I recall something. We have RC who is just coming on board, and without any black and white supporting this, did the EDC agree on paying all 75,000? It's just going to be a split. Most of our projects have been split, but in order for us to eliminate any kind of guessing, confusion, we definitely need that.
So what do you think, Mr. Juan? So we split the survey. Were we expecting to be splitting this with the city all along?
Well,
What is your recollection? We don't have minutes.
no, not on the splitting of the 75,000, because that was an EDC project. When we said about splitting the survey, that was something extra, and I said, you know what, we can cover the survey, because we're actually working on surveys as we speak. So we have some line item, monies on the line item for survey, that we can actually pay for that. And that was the last thing that we spoke. It was like 14,000, something like that it was gonna cost us for the survey. I said, well, you know what, I hate to throw everything to the EDC, we can capture some of those monies, you know, and help you all pay for that, which was half of that. I mean, put him on the line if you like, maybe he'll answer.
Well, I would not want to discuss this with him. I want to see what we discussed, and what we agreed. That's what I'm after. I
can't remember.
I'm in agreement with the project. I'm all for the project. I don't want to be misunderstood. I don't want there to be any kind of confusion in reference to my stance in the project. I'm for it. I thought this is what we've been working on for many years, and I'm so happy to finally see it come to reality.
Mm-hmm.
But we do discuss, we do approve, and we should have the minutes so we can go back and say, okay, so this is how we're splitting this, especially when we have an invoice.
Would it be possible to take a look at that and have a special council, do you think?
Can we do that?
We can, or if you like, we can put no action. I'll talk to Brian, you know what, it's gonna take another couple of weeks for approval.
If necessity, to have it before then, because of construction time or whatever it may be, serving time, or you know, it doesn't set us back too long, I mean, I'd say that's okay. If it doesn't set us back that, I mean, as a board, I guess we're gonna.
Can the city pick up half
I
of this?
wonder, I wish it was.
Or how can that work?
Yo voy que sí, pero el amor me dice que no.
When you got two city commissioners,
Yo voy que sí, pero el amor dije que no.
Approved.
I would say, and I would trust Mr. President here, that if we approve of the contingency, that you verify that information is true and correct, and make sure that all items are clear, you know, I think you'd be, I don't know. If
moving
forward, like that won't stall it.
Yeah.
And in case there's any discrepancies, I think we should bring it to the next meeting.
And make sure we have that minute for any.
How can we do that, Mr.?
Yes, sir. Yeah, just in terms of process with the city with an EDC, it doesn't seem unreasonable to at least have the discussion to share some of these costs, especially if you're sharing the survey. Why would you distinguish between a survey and these other architectural design?
Well, Mr. Cabrera, that's the concern here.
With the minutes,
Well, not necessarily the minutes. The concern is that we're sharing the cost of the survey, but we're not sharing the cost of the planning. So I agree with you 100%. How did we discuss to share the cost of the survey and not the planning?
Well, I understand that,
And then we have Mr. President here and I recall that we were going to share the costs across the board, but our EDC director is saying no. So that's where.
So what I'm trying to figure out in my head, okay, we're gonna start investing in this project. At this point in time, speaking for myself, I have no idea what the number was gonna be to invest, even in phase one, which is the Genesis. I have no idea.
That was my
So if I'm
question.
gonna spend
Yeah.
$75,000 on the plan, am I gonna hit with $1 million bill in 3 weeks and say, this is what it's gonna cost you to do it? Then I'll say, I don't have $1 million, and well, I already spent 75 on the plan without knowing that it was working towards $1 million. All that stuck to me in my head was that pavers in the middle of that thing were gonna cost about 70,000. I said, okay, well, that's doable. Because I don't see any other improvement that we could actually accomplish, because it's all sidewalk from the old 83 to
8th Street.
To 8th.
Right.
There's not really much that we can plant there.
And this will start
So how much
from south to
planning-
north, right?
Well, or, what do they call it, discovery can we do?
But I think they're doing
I'm
the,
trying to,
if I'm not mistaken, Mr. President, I think they're doing the also discovery as far as what's going on the north side, right? So it can be kind of shovel ready.
Well, yeah, exactly, I think the discussion really detailed the fact that we needed to have that to turn to text dot. So we can have everything planned out for text
So that's part of
dot, and
the,
not text
So that could be
dot.
I
part of
remember
the
now, it's part of
discovery.
the, now that I remember. it's
Because they
the
won't
whole-
look at it without it
Right.
being comprehensive.
So the last part of it is gonna be, pretty much a full turnkey of the
Right.
end of the plan.
But it's at the end of the plan.
And so that's,
To tell us, okay, we're gonna plant 2 trees and do this or
And
do
this
that.
is how much it's gonna cost you per block.
Right.
So at that point, anywhere between 250,000, maybe less than
but isn't that
500,000.
coming back, that amount's coming back for surveying or for planning for per, like Genesis, that amount for the next one, that amount for the next one? Or is that's for the plan?
Obviously, the surveying was supposed to be from Business 83 to 8th Street.
So all the way?
Right.
So, okay, so we
Not
needed,
the-
Eighty-three.
Not to express.
the north,
Okay.
Not the north.
This is just for the south.
we needed more than once.
Well, there's gonna be more.
So I've been talking to Brian about the expenditure, some way that the city can participate is on the landscaping side of it. So we can take care of the landscaping through, but I still need to bring it before the commission to see what direction we're gonna be heading towards to. Because
Landscaping
the
is one of the
landscaping
main
can be
things
covered
of it.
art monies.
Landscaping would be like the artwork that's gonna be in the middle and stuff
Anything
like
that has to do
that.
with landscaping, anything that is
Good thing
green.
that they showed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that is green.
And I guess I'll discuss this, what I saw, something similar. Remember I called you to tell you about it, but let's get this done first.
Well, so we can contingent upon the review of the minutes, and at that point,
So I don't want our discussion to be misconstrued as us being against this, because
Correct,
all
that's
of us are
exactly
in
what,
favor.
that's,
I agree.
Mr.
All of
President.
us are in favor of this project. We just want to be clear on the incremental steps that we're taking, and tools that would help us be clear on our discussions would be a reflection on the minutes, right? That's why you said, if you bring us the minutes and then, oh yeah, well, that's when we discussed this, that's when we discussed that. So that we can know and be clear on every step of the way on how we're doing it, ¿verdad?
Especially when you're spending this amount of money, you know, it's not, it's
Yeah,
not like.
because we're small, we don't have a lot of money, and we need to stretch our knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So we just need to
So
be.
you wanna, if Mr. Sanchez made a motion, or do you?
Well, I haven't run a motion, I just an
Okay, well,
idea.
but his
we can
consideration,
on the minutes.
doing a contingent based on, verify that information from there on out, make sure that we have the minutes from now on.
And let's make it clear that for the next time that we discuss
Yep.
another
Monetary.
payment, that we are presented with the minutes and given all the background and all the discussions that we've had, so that we can all be clear, hey, yeah, look, this is when we
And also,
discussed.
it'll help for this guy to come over and show that this one was being done.
Right.
This
We
one-
want to have a good partnership, and this is the first step, so we just need to be clear, start off on the right step.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, and I'm okay with anybody going against it, I'm totally understand. But, I'll make a motion to approve, to pay the 50,000 with the contingency of the verification by Mr. President that the information is true, correct, and that if there's any discrepancies, for us to bring it up to the next meeting.
A second.
We got a motion and a second to approve this invoice of $50,000 with the statements that Mr. Leonard Sanchez made. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously.
And that includes, I know he didn't state it, but it includes, just go right on having the minutes for
Yes. Oh, yeah.
from now on.
Now that we've done, can we just go discuss something? Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I went to Mesa, Arizona this past a week ago. And at first, when I saw the artwork that was in the middle of the road that they presented with a glass in the middle and everything, I saw something similar in Mesa on Main Street and I think it was on a school road or something like that. Man, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. I can just imagine how it's
Take
gonna
a
look.
picture?
I couldn't because I almost got run over by a subway. I was telling you, by a train. I forget, you know, that they let you pass, but you have to keep on looking on that little sign that tells you where the train's coming through. And I was there a week and I wanted to go back.
I'm sure we
but
could
I was
Google
real
it,
busy,
but it's in
uh,
Mesa, Arizona.
It's in Mesa, Arizona.
Was that
It's on-
part of the presentation that Mr.?
No.
Right?
No, it was
wasn't?
not, but it was looked something similar,
Cool.
and I saw it.
It stands out.
Oh my God, it's amazing. The only thing on that one is that the monorail is in the middle. It's like an electrical monorail.
Yeah.
It runs down the middle, and that sculpture, metal sculpture with the glass in the middle looked really nice. I didn't get to see it at night, but I can just imagine what it
Maybe
looked
that's what we need to do to move people from the train.
Can't remember the name of it, but it's gonna be
Los
short.
lindos.
It looked nice, and actually, you can actually visualize the bull box, what they were saying, it was almost identical to it.
When you
That's-
turn, when you get a certain angle, it turns colors and stuff.
Actually, yeah, it was like, I don't know if it's glass or plexi, whatever it is, but it had, the color, you know, the tile that you brought that kind of changed kind of white, pinkish,
Right,
purple,
right,
like that.
Nice.
So I did get to see it, so I didn't get to take a picture of it. I
You
told
know,
him I
down
was
there,
trying
we're
to
gonna take a trip out
But
there.
you're not gonna forget it. That's what's important. You're not gonna forget it, right?
Yeah, not anymore.
Mr. President, along the same lines with the discussion on this item, since we're discussing minutes, I don't see minutes on this agenda. When was the last time we? Yeah.
Minutes for approval?
We're reviewing minutes as we speak. We were, what, 2 or 3?
So maybe we could batch them all together and start putting them, try to see if we
Well,
can
we
catch
have
up.
4, we just need to revise them. They are ready to go. but
That are
we
ready to
need
be approved?
Oh, we need to revise before we present it to you
Finish
guys.
like-
And we are lacking 2.
Okay. Okay. So the next item then, we've gone through that one, is 6.3, discussion and possible action, if any, on downtown revitalization plan. You recall, we always have this on the agenda. Is there anything we need to discuss on that at this point?
That was it.
The only thing I wanted to discuss, Mr. President, is, Ms. Ibarra here was talking about, the presentation of update plan, third phase. So this is obviously for the downtown revitalization plan. Do we have, any information on that, you know, on third phase presentation of update plan?
Not yet.
No, nothing. So the second phase has already been presented to us?
Right.
That was the Sabaya.
It was right. And as a matter of fact, if you recall, I think Brian did mention that instead of community meeting, he wanted to do it not with the community, but with you guys.
He changed it, but he wanted to change it.
So, just to clarify, Mr. Contreras,
Mándame.
you're saying, if you look at the phases on their invoice,
Yes.
phase 1 is saying discovery, right?
Is that back to the?
I'm
book?
taking discovery as
From-
their research of the whole thing, what
Which
they have to do. Which,
included
the
the-
easements, the talks with the text dot, what we can do, what we can't do, all that is, I'm assuming, that's why I wanted him here to just explain that. I'm assuming that's discovery.
In addition to that information book that we
No,
put together,
no,
that's a
just
sign.
that alone is
Without
discovery.
that, okay.
Phase 2 is the update of the plan of that
Change.
information book.
Let's
that
just
you're
say
referring
of
to.
what they presented with, oh, okay, the update of the book.
Correct, according to this invoice.
Okay.
That was phase 2, that is what we just approved to pay. 25 for discovery,
And
25 for them
Towards-
bringing that book up to date.
Up to
It's up to date, that's what we.
Phase 3, I'm assuming is gonna be them coming to us and tell us, okay, this is what we're gonna do in Genesis 1. We're gonna have 10
Correct.
trees, we're gonna have pavers, we're gonna have this, we're gonna have that. I
So a
think-
breakdown, a more
An
detailed.
actual
I'm
number-
expecting
numbers.
that to be phase 3. I don't wanna speak for them, but that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying, I wanna be real clear. And perhaps we can also make it a requirement that anytime we're gonna have an invoice like this from ERO, to have them present, so we can answer those questions, right?
Yes,
I don't think that's too
definitely.
much to ask for. And then, but that's the way I see it, right? It could be wrong, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
It's exactly the way it's laid out, right?
Right, that's the way I see it. So just to be clear on all that, those 3 phases. Okay.
I just don't have the artwork.
Cool.
You do have a picture.
I
He
just
Googled it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
this is what it looks like, in the middle.
I think
Nowadays,
But it doesn't have the artwork, identifying the
So
artwork.
it's Mesa, First Street. Mesa.
Main Street.
Main
Street, yeah.
Mesa, Arizona, Main Street. So any other discussions on that downtown revitalization? So we can steer them wherever we want them to go, right? We're still kind of in the embryonic phase of learning and trying to create what we want to do, and, right? Visualizing statues in the middle of
Visualizing the girl.
someone and all that kind of stuff. So-
Yes, yes.
This is one of the one of the artwork that they have.
Cool.
I
Is
don't
that
know
the San Juan Christmas tree?
No.
Looks like it.
You see how it's got like glass?
Yeah.
We sold it, Mr. President.
It now belongs to Miss Arizona. No, that's a joke, that's a joke. Yeah, but I think that that's what it would take. You know, you saw that, you see an idea, you
Correct.
see something, we give them all this feedback and we guide them as to what we want
Well,
to do.
just what they brought us so far is awesome.
I
I
thought it
really
was
like
good-
those center
Good
pieces with
brainstorming.
the glass and shape of the beacon.
It was creative in the sense that they combined, you know, they kind of attached us to the museum and to the shrine and then
Because of
keep
the
it
glass.
going, the whole flavor of the glass. Why not? Eventually, like they said, we could even attract an industrial area where they make stained glass here in San Juan.
Manufacturing.
Why not?
Beautiful.
I don't know. Gotta be ambitious. Not Commissioner?
We're ready, man.
All right, dude, so then we don't have anything to discuss, I mean, any action to take, obviously, but any more discussion on the revitalization plan? Okay, then if not, we'll move on to item 7, which is executive session. The San Juan Economic Development Corporation will convene an executive session in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Berlin statutes, codes annotated, government codes, chapter 551.071, consultation with attorney. The time is now 6:31 PM. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So,
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are now in executive session at 6:32 PM. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the time is 7:14 and I am now reconvening the San Juan Economic Development Corporation meeting. Board members, do we have any action to be taken as a result of executive session?
no,
With no action needed for any of the items discussed, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
so move.
Got a motion to adjourn
Second.
and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Very good. Meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.